Santi, and today we're taking a look at Shogi, which is a kind of a traditional Japanese game similar to chess. A very interesting game, so let's go and take a look at it so you can see how it works. Okay, so this is what Shogi looks like. In this game, you're trying to kill the emperor or the king of the other player. The game works basically like chess. You have some units here that have different movements that I will explain now, and with those movements you're trying to kill the other player's emperor or king. How are you going to do that? Well, each unit, as I've said, moves differently. As you can see, there's a lot of different units. These are all the same unit. Then you have these two that are special. Then you have this one that is a spear, a knight, a silver, a gold, and your king. Okay? So how does each unit move? This unit moves like this, and it kills or it takes as a hostage all the units that are in that movement. So if I have this unit here and I move my unit there, I take this one here. I don't kill it, I take it as a hostage. I will explain that later. This unit moves like this unit moves like the bishop in chess, so in diagonal movements, okay, as much as he wants. This one moves as the tower in chess, so in straight lines as much as he wants. And then we have the spear that can move only forwards, but the amount of spaces he wants, okay, or he's able to. So he would only be able to move up to here, but if this was like this, then he would be able to take as hostage that unit, okay? Then we have the knight, that is like it's similar to the one in chess, so you move it like the L form, so he could move like this or like this, not there, only to the front. And another special thing of this knight is that it can only move forward. So he can move like this, then like this, then like this, but it couldn't be able, it's not able to do like this and then like this, okay? Then we have the silver that moves here, there, 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 and there. Then we have the gold that moves here, 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 there, 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 or backwards. And then we have the knight that moves, the king that is able to move one space all around him, okay? Like that. So with those movements, you're going to try to kill the king. But in Shogi, there's two special things. One special thing is that once a unit has entered the final 3 rows of the enemy territory, okay, so let's say that this unit is here, and I take as a hostage this unit, then I will put it here, I can choose to upgrade my unit. And I will put it like this. In this case, this unit is no more a pawn, but it's considered a gold unit. So it is able to move like this, like this, like this, like this, like this, and like this. All units that are upgraded transform into a gold, except for the tower and bishop-like units. In this case, the tower, once it is upgraded, is able to move straight in straight lines as much as he wants, but also diagonally only one space, okay? So he can move here, here, there, there, and in straight lines as much as he can. The same goes for the bishop-like unit. He can move diagonally as much as he wants, but when he is upgraded, he can move in straight lines only one space. And that's it. That's how units are upgraded. And one thing I have said is that you don't kill units in this game. You take them hostages. When a unit is killed or taken as a hostage, let's say with this unit, I move here, so I take this as a hostage. In my turn, I can choose once, let's say I've taken this and this and this as a hostage. In my turn, I can do 2 things. I can either move one of my units or choose to place one of my hostages as units of my own team. So let's say that that I took this one as a hostage in a previous turn, so now instead of moving, I decide to put my unit there. Okay, I can directly put it wherever I want in the map. Okay, so that's one thing, but there's a special restriction for the deploying the hostages rule, and is when you're deploying pawns, you can't deploy them in the same column where you already have a pawn. So I wouldn't be able to put it here because it's there, neither here, here, here. You see, as I have a pawn in every column of the board, I'm not able to deploy a pawn. But let's say that this knight kills my pawn, well, takes this as a hostage, then he puts it there, then now I'm able to put my pawn here or whatever I want in this column. So that's how the game works. You're trying to kill the king or the emperor of the other player as you can. You're gonna be upgrading some units. You're gonna be taking hostages. I think it's a really cool game. So let's go and take a look at my top 3 about Shogi. Well, the third thing I like the most about Shogi is that it's an abstract, but it's a dynamic game. In comparison with chess, when you lose a unit in chess, it's like, whoa, it's like a drama, right? You're losing a tower, you're losing a knight, you're never getting that back. In this game, as you have the hostage mechanic, it makes the game a little bit more dynamic because, okay, you might be using that unit, and yeah, that's not cool, but you might be losing it because it's part of a tactic in which you're taking as a hostage a better unit. So losing units is not that terrible. So that's something cool because it makes the game a little bit more dynamic. So I like that it's a chess style game, but a more dynamic chess. The second thing I like the most about Shogi is that it's an alternative for chess. If someone comes and says, hey, do you like chess? I can say, hey, why don't we play Shogi? Because it's like a better way of playing chess. I like it because there's not that many alternatives to chess, but Shogi is one I really like and I really enjoy, and that's the second thing I like the most, that it's an alternative for chess. But the thing I like the most about Shogi is that hostage mechanic. I like that you're not killing the other player's unit, but you're taking them as hostages that you might use later as your own units. And that's something really cool that makes this game shine a lot and makes it so unique. So let's go to my ratings. Well, for the theme, I'm gonna give Shogi a 3. I'm gonna give it a 3 because it's a non-theme game, right? You have those tiles with the Japanese letters in them, which is kind of cool and makes you feel like you're playing a traditional Japanese game. That's okay, but farther than that, there's no theme at all in this game. So that's the reason I'm gonna give it a 3 for the theme. For the mechanics, I'm gonna give Shogi an 8. I'm gonna give it an 8 because I know it's not really crazy innovative. It's a traditional game, so you can't expect much about a traditional game, right? But being a traditional game, it adds that hostage mechanic, which makes chess-like games much better. And that's the reason I'm giving it an 8, because it's chess, but better chess. It's like chess 2.0. So that's the reason I'm going to give it an 8. I know it's not really innovative, but it's a traditional game. What can you ask for it? So that's the reason I'm going to give it an 8 for the mechanics. So let's go and take a look to the art and the components. Well, for the art and the components, I'm not gonna rate Shogi because I think it's like chess. It depends which design you buy, and there might be a lot of different designs for Shogi. The one I have is one I really like. The first thing I like about this Shogi is the Japanese letters that you see in each tile. And I also think that the components are really good. It's a thick wood. Okay, I like the form of the tokens. I like that they have different sizes depending on how important they are. As you can see, the tower and the bishop are like bigger than the pawns, and the king or the emperor is the biggest of them all. It's really thick also. And I like it a lot. I also like these wooden boxes, where you store your units of each team and where you put your hostages above them during the game. I think the quality of the components of my design, well, the design I have, it's really cool. I also like that everything is wooden, so it makes more sense. I like that it's wooden and not plastic. It gives a better quality and better touch when you're playing. So that's all I can say about the components of Shogi. The tiles are really cool. The box has 2 spaces here for putting the boxes when you finished picking them up. So you can close the box and you store it like this. I think my version is really cool, but as I've said, it depends which design you buy for Shogi, as it's a traditional game. So let's go and take a look at my final rating. Well, my final rating for Shogi is going to be an 8. It's going to be an 8 because I know it's not a really innovative game. It's a traditional game, so what can you expect from a traditional game? But being a traditional game, it has this mechanic that makes chess-like games really, really, really innovative, and it makes it really catchy and new. I wish this game was so popular as chess, because it's the better version of chess. So that's the reason I'm going to give it an 8, just because it dethrones chess. I think this game is a game that if you enjoy chess, you should really check out and take a look at it, because if you can get it, boy, this deserves a try. So I'm going to give Shogi a seal of approval.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at Dicetowernetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.